You know just how I find people be like, no, I can't send it. Like I can't send you the song. I can't send you, no. Bluetooth, no, Bluetooth doesn't work. Everyone, and welcome back to Lynn's Corner. So today I'm gonna be teaching you how to make tea hobvu. So how it's gonna work is I'm just gonna basically tell you what you need to do, and then you'll watch me make the tea because I've got other things that I want to talk to you guys about. I'm gonna be teaching you how to make tea hobvu. Tea hobvu, basically that's like a Shona word for tea with milk. It just means like there's like substance in the tea. It's not just the tea bag. It's like, you know, I mean, if you're from Zim, you know that tea that is made on the fire, you know, with the tea bags without the bag. I don't know what you call those tea bags. Tea hobvu. So that's basically what I'm gonna be making. What I have here is my cup, obviously the spoon and the sugar. I already put the sugar in, guys, because I don't need nobody judging me about the amount of sugar that I allow inside my body. And then I've got the tea bags. You can use whatever tea bags you like, but I love Joko.
What?
Joko.
Hey!
Joko.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Okay, I don't know this. And then milk, full cream milk, yeah. And then hot water, of course, I've got it right there. So how you do it is you take the sugar, you put in the cup, you take the tea bag, you put in the cup, and then you take the hot water, you put in the cup, you stir for like 5 minutes, and then after, you know, stirring, then you put the milk, and then you stir again, and then waha, you have tea hobvu. A couple of years ago, guys, okay, let's just get this out of the way. Yeah, basically. So a couple of years ago, I was working in a certain mall. One day I'm like on my lunch break and I'm going to the bathroom and I bump into this guy, and he's like, oh my gosh, hi, how are you, how have you been? So I look at this guy and I'm like, I don't know you, but like, okay, are you trying to slide into my DMs or something and you're gonna pretend that you know me? But then this guy is on some other like, no, I know you. You know, he's describing my mom, he's describing my sister, he's describing my friends. And I'm like, okay, this guy really does know me. I was quite curious, and so I decided to get to know this guy. Like, okay, this is so weird. You know me. How? Are you a stalker? What's going on? So we just started spending my lunch hour together. And then at some point we lost contact. And then I think 2 years after that random meetup and a few months of just like getting to know each other, and I got reconnected to this guy, and we were like, you know what, let's try and date. So at that point when we started dating, I had gone back to school, and at the time that we met up, his mom had just started living with him because she'd just been diagnosed with cancer and was on the 4th stage, and I think that's like critical stage. We started dating at a very like difficult time, and at the same time, guys, like I was going to school, he was going to work, so time to meet up was never really there. He told me that like his working schedule was like he also worked on Saturdays, and then Sunday was also difficult because his mom would go to church and he had to take her everywhere she wanted to go. So I'm gonna take a break right there and say that that should have been my first warning point, but it wasn't, because it all made sense at that time. Right, let's continue. I don't know if it has been 5 minutes yet. This milk needs to go in. He decided that we would meet weekdays like after school and after work, and then Sundays sometimes after church, and then Saturdays like maybe, because obviously people have stuff to do on Saturdays. But it was really a strain, guys, because he finished work really late and I finished school pretty early, and then I have to get home late and my parents are like worried about me and stuff. So like it really was something that was a problem in our relationship, you know, just finding time to be together. So one day, right, we met during the week as always, And on that day, like, we sort of like, you know, we would usually just chill for an hour and then I have to go home because it's pretty late. But on this day, like, I finished late and I had to go home that late. And he then told me, he was like, you know what, I'm really worried about you. Tell me when you get home. When I was actually still meeting him, let's take it back, he told me that, you know what, I'm getting a new phone and I'm giving this phone that he was using at that point to my mom because, you know, like, she really needs a phone. So I got home and I tried to call him and ringing, but he wasn't answering. So I called again and again and again and again. Guys, I thought I think I left like 11 missed calls. Like, that's just how much I called. And my brother was there when I was making that call and he was like to me, Lynn, stop acting like you're crazy. I'm like, no, he told me that I should let him know when I get home, but now all of a sudden he doesn't care that I'm going home. And whatever, after 11 missed calls, I just decided, you know what, he's gonna call me when he sees the missed calls. He didn't call. And then the next day in the morning, he texted and just explained, like, oh, sorry, you know, I got home late and my mom was really, really sick. I had to give her, you know, he was talking and talking. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so sad, you know. And I was really there for him with his mom and stuff, guys. I know this is pretty quick, but you guys get the foundation. So, it so happens that midday, I receive a text on my WhatsApp. And it wasn't a saved number, it didn't have a profile picture. So this person texts me and says, hi, I'm sorry I missed your call. So I'm like, at that point, I'm there, I'm like, I don't know this number. I go on my call log, I don't see that I tried to call anybody. So I text back the person and I'm like to them, hi, sorry I didn't call you, who is this? And just as I'm like sending the text, their profile picture finally loads and I go on it and it's
What's the problem, man? Okay.
This tastes like life. This is life, guys. And I go in it and it's a girl, a woman actually, and my boyfriend. And they're like, you know, cozy type of, you know, pose. So I was with my sister and I nudged my sister. I'm like, dude, look at this, you know, and I show her and I explain to her what's going on. And my sister's like, nah, dude, give me the phone. And she asks her, like, who is that on your profile picture? And the woman is like, my husband. And my sister is like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that because your husband is my boyfriend. And the woman is like, well, I'm so sorry to hear that because you called me last night. And she sends me a screenshot of a missed call from me. And my sister's like, dude, you called this lady. I'm like, I did not call her. So we checked the time that I called her and we see that it's the same time that I was trying to call that guy to tell him that I'd arrived home. So we're like, okay, at some point they were together. And then she then texts me and tells me, like, probably you were calling him when we were exchanging phones. I was like, oh wow, okay. So at that point I take screenshots of the conversation and I send to the guy and he's like, wow. I don't know what that means. And I'm like, explain it to me, what's going on, you know. She had a profile picture of you and her. And then he goes to me on Facebook. He's like, yeah, you know, my mom is cancer. We started a cancer support group on Facebook and we had family and friends come over to my house on Sunday and we took a lot of pictures. And I wasn't invited, but anyway, he's like, we took a lot of pictures. And, you know, he goes on Facebook, he shows me so many pictures. Like, it wasn't just the two of us. This is some girl I don't even know. He tells me her name and he's like, yeah, she's friends with my sister and this is what happened. They just asked us to take pictures together and we did. That's why it's all cozy. She just chose the one. I'm sure it's my sister and her friend that are playing a prank on you. Don't take it seriously. And it just didn't make sense at that point. This is life. I'm like, okay, let me try, let me, let me go on Facebook. And so I went on his Facebook and I just started looking, guys. Started looking, and at some point I found her. I don't know how, but I found her. And on Facebook she had the same picture that she had when she texted me. So I went on her page, and luckily it wasn't private yet, or it wasn't private at all. I just started scrolling, guys, and I found that his family were friends with her, and they would comment on her pictures, like all of her pictures. His sister was also there, like liking and commenting, and they seemed to be very close. And then all of that was fine, because I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. That explains that he says his family, she's a family friend, cool. But then I found a post where she had written something like, comment with your name and I'll tell you what I think about you. And he commented with his name, and she wrote this lovely message about how he's understanding, sweet, blah blah blah, all of that. And it was at the same time that we were dating. So again, I took screenshots of all of that and I sent it to him, and his response was just, I am not married. I'm like, dude, I've been taking screenshots and you just have like one sentence answers. I need more explanation, like what's going on. But he wasn't forthcoming. So again, he's like, okay, we'll meet again tomorrow after work and we'll talk about this. So I went and I met him and I said, well, clearly she's not just a family friend. Clearly she didn't just show up at your house. You all have a relationship because of, the Facebook and all of that. And it was just like, and then now he had another story, guys. And I feel like he always used his sick mom to cover his stuff. So he was like, no, me and this girl used to date from way back school, and now my mom, since she's sick and she's dying, she wants me to get married, and this is the woman that she's always wanted me to be married with. So I've been entertaining her for my mom. I was like, guy, wow, okay, but girl. So I was like to him, okay, no, you're right, everything else is background noise, let's focus on us. Yeah. Nah. So, but that's why I just told him, I was like, yeah, let's focus on us, and I just left it like that. And so I think that at that point I just started looking, like evaluating the whole month or 2 months that we had, in the relationship, to evaluate, like, okay, were there signs that actually showed me that this guy, I don't know if he was married or engaged or whatever, like that could have shown me. And I realized that the meeting hours were so weird. The whole thing about him working on Saturdays, that probably wasn't true. And the whole thing of Sundays, like I have to take my mom everywhere because, well, Sunday is a family day, so he probably was with his family at that time. And there was also an incident once where we took pictures, guys. And the next day I asked him, I was like, oh yeah, you remember those pictures we took? Could you please send them to me? And he said something like, yeah, those pictures, I've put them on my laptop because my phone doesn't have space, iPhone things and stuff. He was like, just wait for me to get them on my laptop. And I was like, okay. And I got them, I think, a week later, like, oh yeah, you remember those pictures you asked for? And at that time I just thought, I didn't know how iPhones worked at that time, so I was just like, yeah, that's true. Just how iPhone people be like, no, I can't send it, like I can't send you the song, I can't send you, no, Bluetooth, no, Bluetooth doesn't work. Oh, okay, share it, send me a picture, oh, send me the data, like, iPhone people. But so I just thought at that point, like, okay, it made sense. But looking behind, like, he couldn't keep my pictures on his phone because somebody was gonna see them. Needless to say, at some point I was just like, why am I taking myself for a ride? It hasn't even been this long with this guy. I might as well just walk away. So I just stopped responding to his texts, answering his calls. Like, I legit just would not open. Like, he did not deserve my energy at all. So that's what happened. And then, like, I think 2 months later, he sent me a text, guys, that long text, like, I didn't know what I had until I lost you, all of this, all of that. And I was like, this guy is so selfish, because if you were married like 2 months ago, or whatever was going on with that woman 2 months ago, she's still there today. And then This tea is nice, guys. And then towards the end of that year, his mom passed on, and he texted me again telling me like, yeah, you were there for me when my mom was sick, you did a lot of stuff, you really tried. Well, now she has died, and I was really sorry about it, mom. So I just told him like, I'm really sorry how you're coping and stuff. And he just started talking about how he feels so alone in this world because his mom is now gone. Again, I must just say, where's that woman in all of your story? So I just realized that, you know, he used his mom's sickness, now he's using his mom's death. So I just sort of like gradually broke off contact. Like, nigga, no, you're not gonna come here with your soapy story. No. So that's basically guys how you make tea hobvu. Like, it is so nice. I don't know, why don't you make this with all the ingredients that I told you, and then you you know, tell me how it tastes. But this is life. This is amazing. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you now know how to make tea hobvu, and I hope that you will like this video, you'll comment, you'll subscribe, and you'll watch all the other videos. And I hope that we will see you next week on this page. And guys, please subscribe.